Hello guys. So we're trying to do like little topic videos too, just because we like to talk and there's nothing to do really, so we're gonna talk. So the topic that we're gonna talk about today is guys when they try to holla and things we don't like. I don't really know how many things there is that we actually do like, but we may touch on that. And I don't know. We're just gonna talk freely about the topic. So guess we could start off about these dudes we met yesterday. We went to a rooftop party in Battery Park, and so these guys were there, and they were just talking to us randomly about. Actually, they weren't even talking to us. They were talking next to us. They never really actually tried to start a conversation with us or anything. They said something like, "Oh yeah, we heard about a barbecue in Harlem," or whatever. So Lindsay, wanting to do the barbecue thing all Memorial Day weekend, was like, "Oh really, a barbecue?" So they were like, "Oh." So we had to take us to talk about that for you guys to pay attention to us because you were talking on your phone and blah, blah, blah. Okay, first thing. Why is it that if you wanted to be engaged in a conversation with us, you couldn't just like say hello, how are you ladies doing? Something to actually start a conversation. Like the thing we notice is guys are always looking for an end. They say any ridiculous thing they can just to actually initiate the conversation instead of just saying hello, how are you doing? Like anything normal. So yeah, anybody have anything to add to this? Or do I keep going?
No, keep going on. I agree with that.
Okay, so they agree with me. So basically, like some examples, I live in Harlem. Lindsay lives in Brooklyn. And Keon lives in Harlem too. We live together. So we walk down the street and dudes are like, ooh, hey, y'all got some pretty toes. Like, what are we supposed to say to that? Like, besides thank you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, all right. So, or ignoring you because, like, you look psycho. Then the other day, we were in East Village, Alphabet City, one of those areas. And so Lindsay has a big ass. You guys will hear this continually throughout our little talking thing. She has an ass. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to want to see it one day. And it probably will get captured, but this is not the time for that. But either way, people think she's Spanish. I guess it's because she has long hair and it's hers. And people don't expect black people to have long hair that's theirs and looks nice, I'm assuming. So they always talk to her in Spanish, and clearly she is not Spanish. She is regular black, like me. So she was walking down the street, and this guy's like, mucho, 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 mucho. And he was talking about her ass. And so it was just hilarious because, one, how do you start a conversation off like that? Like, do you really expect anybody to actually respond to you in a way that will continue a conversation? I mean, you may get cussed out. You may get hard stabbed, as we like to call it, when you just run up on somebody crazy out here. You may get ignored. You may get the stink eye. Like, you gonna get everything except for what you were trying to get. It was like a number, some time, some type of acknowledgement. Like, I don't know. So either way, Lindsay, tell them what you did to this man who kept talking about your mucho.
So basically, they were going into the store, and he just kept saying, mucho something. I was like, what are you saying? And then finally he made a gesture to be like, mucho, like talking about my ass. So then I turned around and I was like, mucho this, and flicked him off. And I be feeling like doing that sometimes because I feel like guys are so disrespectful. The way they be trying to come at you, like yelling at me from across the way, like, hey, 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 like, that's disgusting. Or more so the Spanish people, they make these little kissy noises like that's nasty. Like, I don't want to hear that or see that. Like, why can't you just come up to me like a normal being or normal person, you know? Because at the end of the day, that's what I am. And sometimes I'll be wanting people to come up to me so I can just be like, do you think that's going to work? Like, do girls actually give you play off of that? Like, come correct when you're trying to talk to somebody. And my theory is, anyway, I was telling them this other day, before you go talk to anybody, you need to evaluate yourself. And then be realistic, like, look at me, look at her, not so much. And me and Alexis had agreed on when you're young, you need to get a number so that the equivalent numbers can mingle with each other. You know, you get a 6 with a 6. That way it's like a 6 ain't going for a 10. It's like, I ain't even trying to fuck with it.
Let me just caveat that before everybody sit here thinking I'm just like all kind of wrong. I was basically saying, like, even though the number thing does kind of work when you get upper in age, you know, some people, you start off a little rough. Yeah, you a little rough, and then, you know, you hit puberty and you turn into some goddess or whatever it is, and, you know, sometimes you don't even hit it then. When you hit puberty, you go to college, figure out your own little swag thing going on, you change a little bit again. And, you know, for everybody, it's not always looks. Like, a 6, the number thing doesn't my computer off freezing. The number thing doesn't even have to be like physically. For me, I mean like mentally. Okay, I have a job, I have a college degree. Like if you don't have that, that's also something that you get a number for. And I mean, if you sitting there selling drugs on the street corner and I'm actually dressed in work clothes and you see me headed somewhere in the morning, you just chilling on your stoop, clearly our numbers aren't gonna be matched up because you're not about the same thing I'm about. And you know, you need to think about that compatibility level. So it's not even just number.
As you get older?
I think your number needs to be reevaluated, you know, as you move along in life, your different stations in life.
There's a midpoint period of when you would, like...
I mean, obviously it's too technical. It's like, you know, Social Security number stays the same your whole life. We can't really sit there and keep reevaluating people all your life. It's just, you need to give yourself a number in your head, and when you get better in life, your number can adjust. That's just something you do. And you look for other people with the same kind of traits that you got going for yourself, because just, I mean... I don't know. If you ain't about nothing and you see somebody else about something, why you want to F up their life anyways by bringing your about nothingness into they about something life? It's just kind of like common sense. Just, you know, do right by people.
And another thing is if you are older than, let's say 40, I don't think you should be trying to holler at me, especially if you are a bum or a crackhead. You look like you're not about anything. And not to say that we're in a bad area, but there are definitely some sketchy looking people on the streets of Harlem who, I mean, come up with the most. I will say that black people are very unique in their vocabulary as far as what we describe each other as. So I'm all different variations of chocolate and dark and lovely. I mean, it's just so annoying. If you're old, if you're on crack, if you're alcoholic, please do not try to talk to me.
So me and Lindsay were walking home today. It was late, like 11 o'clock or something. This old man on the stoop, he obviously had a couple beers or something. He was all like, what did he say, Lindsay? He talking about some, y'all ain't got to pay for nothing. Like, I'm going to have everything y'all want. Y'all ain't got to pay for nothing. Y'all need to have y'all a nice night. I'm like, dude, like, he wasn't even like daddy age. He was like granddaddy age. Like, he was just up there. And then, of course, his nephew or somebody was like, y'all got to excuse him. He my uncle. But it's just them old men out here be the worst. In Harlem, like, don't no young dudes ever try to holler at us. It's always those old men who look like they done lived a full life. And we just kind of like, dang, we just getting started in the game. Like, why are you coming at us? And then, I mean, you know, it's nice to be polite. Like, you know, have a nice day. Hope you enjoy your day. But don't be saying it all seductive and trying to sound all sexual. Because then I just get disgusted. Because it's like, it's perverted. When the old man just be sitting there like, you have a nice day, baby.
Really?
You do this and da-da-da-da, and, you know, God bless you. You went to church today? Like,
it's still yelling at you after you
be way down in the station, and they still
not
screaming.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, thank you for the compliment, I guess. But even then, it's just like, damn, I'd rather be ugly some days if that's the case, because, But I don't know. I think people just be talking for real.
These two guys rolled up on me and Chanel. I guess we'll introduce her later. Oh, you saw her earlier. I don't know when you edit
They probably
this,
ain't
but,
see them because I don't think I'm putting it up yet.
They rolled up on us today. They were like 20 years old. They look kind of sketchy. They look like they're about to rob us. Now, gentlemen, if you want to holler at a girl, please don't make it seem as though you're going to rob her. That will definitely turn her off. I don't like that. It was late at night, 10 o'clock.
Sometimes I don't know, though, because these dudes in New York, they just be aggressive. Like, it's all, like, it's scary, you know? I'm not used to that kind of stuff.
And then you feel like you have to, like, if somebody is that close to me, you kind of feel like you have to entertain them, because I live right here. You probably live around the area. I can't be too buck. Then you come follow me to my house, try to kill me. I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think that's about it, guys. I mean, you know, if you have some horror stories or some funny stories you like to share with us, you know, share them. We are interested in hearing them. And that's about it. Bye-bye.